So hi guys, I'm back again for another video. I will be sharing how we did our I-129F application. So Tim and I worked together on preparing our packet. Yes, it is possible even if Tim is in the US and at the time I was still in Cebu. This is after our in-person meeting. We met September 2019. Then when he was back to California, that's the time we started working on our application. Both of us are working at the time full-time, so it took us 5 months before we submitted our application. Of course, it can be done faster, it's really up to you, but in our case we were working and we both kind of work. We did our we did the papers kind of on and off. We prepared our packet together online, though by the end Tim will be the one who have to print them and compile. But at least both of you can monitor and keep track of each other's work. That way you can mitigate the risk of getting an RFE. We use our K1 visa checklist as a guide on what to prepare. So in the proof of citizenship, Tim just scanned his US passport and his birth certificate, then uploaded it to our K1 drive. For qualifications and eligibility, you must be legally free to marry. So Tim provided a certified true copy of his divorce papers. During the I-129F application stage, it was only Tim who submitted a divorce decree, since in our situation, he had been previously married and me, I'm single. But I didn't put Senomar on the packet. The Senomar will only be presented during the interview stage. But if the beneficiary is previously married, divorced, annulled, or a widow, then on the I-129F application stage, the beneficiary as well should provide his or her annulment or divorce decree papers to prove that she is legally free to marry. On income requirement, the petitioner must meet the minimum income requirement. If not, then you will have to find a joint sponsor or use assets in lieu of meeting the income requirement. For the I-129F form, he downloaded it on his PC, and while he is filling out the form, he would screen share. That way, we can work on together on the I-129F form, though he is the one filling out the details. So, but since he's screen sharing, I can also look and monitor if, kind of helping if all the details like the spelling is correct or if there are some items that are missed. Cover letter and index. So this is how our cover letter and index looks like. Circumstances of meeting. This is like an explanation or a story describing how you and your fiancé met and how the relationship evolved. As you know, USCIS wants to know if the relationship is genuine and not just a sham marriage. Proof of meeting. And these are the evidences that we showed for our proof of meeting. So for our proof of meeting, we provided a documented evidence. So pictures with dates, and we also include some receipts, some booking history, and airline tickets. Application fee, and it should be paid to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. You have to submit 2 passport size photos. So I just went to a photo studio and had my picture taken there. Then I asked for a digital copy, and that digital copy, that's the one I sent to Tim via email. I just attach the file and send it to him on email. Then it was Tim who printed it and cut it in accordance to the USCIS size requirements and wrote my full name at the back of the photo. And yeah, that goes together with the packet. So 12 to 16 are applicable to some K1 applicants and some are not. but they are on the checklist since they are things you and your fiancé must consider if this applies to you. So IMBRA, or International Marriage Broker Act. So this doesn't relate to me and Tim because on the I-129F form on page 8 of 13, there's a question: did you and your beneficiary met through the services of an IMB? So we answered no there because we met on Craigslist. That's not an IMB. So we don't need to produce any evidences that somehow relates to IMBRA. So if you answered no there, if you and your fiance doesn't meet in an IMB, so no problem. Then yeah, because I don't want to share more on this as well, because that again, I only share based on our actual experience, and it's a no for us. Same with the criminal history. Fortunately, Tim doesn't have any criminal history, so yeah, no need for evidence to add that uh, for the IMBRA and the criminal history. Previous marriage. So if either the petitioner or the beneficiary or both have previously been married, then on your packet you should include your divorce decree, annulment, or death certificate of a spouse if widowed. Travel history. So this is for beneficiary who have been to the US in the past. So if you have gone to US before, you have to provide an I-94 or travel history. So again, this doesn't apply to me because I haven't been into the US before. And number 16, translations. So these are for if you have conversations or documents that are not written in English, then you really have to provide um, a translation for that. The last one is optional, so copy of submitted packet. So I would suggest that it would be good that you have a copy of your actual packet. So in our case, what we did is that after we filled out the forms and printed everything, Tim scanned all of it, and then we just save a digital copy. So just in case, just in case the packet get lost or you get an RFE, at least you have a reference you can check, and you know what's on your packet that you have submitted. Also for just for reference, like for the interview. So yeah, at least you know what information you put there, so you'd be more confident on your interview. So we have ticked off everything that's on our visa checklist. And now we are ready to print our documents and compile them. So on my next video, that would be a detailed explanation on how we assembled our packet.